It takes confidence to be an NBA player. Otherwise, you're going to get eaten alive on the court night in and night out. NBA stars are some of the best players on earth, and it's hard to put into context just how much better they are than the rest of the pack. That's why the gap between the superstars and the stars is even crazier, and sometimes even some of the players may not realize it. That could have been the case in one of Damian Lillard's latest interviews, as he had a rather blunt answer when asked if he was the best point guard in the league. Lillard stated that he doesn't think anyone's better than him when he's on the court, and obviously, that includes Stephen Curry. If you missed Damian Lillard's appearance on the It Is What It Is show, then you missed a doozy. That's to say, some of his comments on the show were definitely viral worthy. For starters, Lillard explained that he never considered joining the Golden State Warriors, but the real kicker was when he stated that he's the NBA's best point guard right here and now. That is better than even Stephen Curry.
And I think Steph is right there. But I think you just from somebody that plays against Steph and is, I played against him a lot. We've been playing in the league at the same time. I think a lot of times he's more in a shooting guard type of role. It's a lot of movement off the ball. Draymond is almost like the actual point guard of the team, even though Steph is the point guard.
Right.
I think if Steph played in the offense like me, where it was required for him to have the ball more, we'd get to see him do more point guard stuff.
It's worth noting that there is wider context, and Lillard had more to say. For starters, Lillard was speaking about his confidence in any head-to-head scenario, which he believes is better than Curry's. One also has to consider that Lillard, like any high-profile player, isn't exactly in the realm of delusion, as it's quite common for stars to believe themselves to be the best, or at least state that they do. And well, it's not like Lillard isn't actually very, very good. Do recall that it wasn't that long ago that Curry himself declared that he believed himself to be the best point guard in history, better than Lakers legend Magic Johnson. Despite the First Take co-host's thoughts, Magic Johnson does not agree that Stephen Curry is the best point guard ever. Magic was asked about Curry's claim and fired back with a list of accolades that he believes ends the discussion.
If he got more than 5 championships, if he got more than 3 finals MVP and 3 league MVPs, then he's the greatest. If he got more than, number 1 in assists, all time in the finals, number 2 in double-doubles, number 1 in triple-doubles, all time in the NBA playoffs, number 4 in steals all time in the playoffs. If he got more than those numbers, he's the best. And if he got more than all those things, he's the best. But the last time I checked, he doesn't. So,
of course, whether you agree with the Warriors star or not isn't the point. It's simply a testament to the common trend set by major athletes when it comes to displaying their self-belief. Though the debate will continue, one can understand that when it comes to any top-tier player, it's almost an occupational requirement that they think in such a manner. Think prize fighters in the world of boxing. If you don't think you're the best, then who will? This is all to say that it's quite likely that it's not a case of Lillard consciously thinking he's better than Curry or whoever else lines up against him, but rather that he's the best in general because that's how he needs to think in order to do his job. Take into consideration his response when he was asked about Curry directly. While he did acknowledge Magic Johnson as the number 1, he did go on to concede that Curry is more of a shooting guard rather than a traditional point guard, which is to say, worthy of the debate, if even with a disclaimer. It's interesting to note when looking at Lillard's comments that he appears to allude to a definition of what a point guard actually is. To that end, it seems that it's on the basis that he makes his comparison with Curry. If we take that at face value, then one could argue that Lillard has a point. Curry isn't a true point guard, and therefore isn't in the same category as Lillard when it comes to the question of who's the best. On the other hand, such nuances will almost certainly be ignored when dealing with the Blazers star's black and white stance that he is in fact the best at the position today. For us, the jury is out, but we imagine you all will have your take. Aside from the rhetoric surrounding Lillard's comments about Curry and the umbrella debate about who's the best PG, it was perhaps his comments about the Warriors themselves that gave true insight into how he really feels.
As far as like Golden State, like I respect what they've been doing over the last 8-9 years or whatever. And I'm from there. Obviously, that's home, but I can't go be a part of that.
I agree.
Like they done won 4 championships. Like what I look like going to try to do that and say, "Oh, I'm joining my home team." Like, no, it's somebody that played my position. That's behind LeBron, the best player of this era. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even, to me, that don't even make sense.
Stephen A. Smith thinks Damian Lillard is second only to Stephen Curry as this generation's best point guard. While it may be hard for the First Take co-host to talk about his friend, he just can't see enough good points to choose him over Curry for the best point guard debate. Despite boasting an average of 32.2 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 7.3 assists last season, Smith just cannot rule Lillard as the best point guard. That honor goes to the Splash Brother from the Golden State Warriors, Chef Curry.
Because I love my brother, and that brother is a superstar. Make no mistake about it. I got him number 2. I don't put anybody ahead of Steph Curry. The 4 rings, the 2-time league MVP, the greatest shooter God has ever created.
Stephen A. argued that the Warriors' combination of shooting and movement without the ball puts him ahead of the competition. Curry is also aided by Draymond Green's incredible passing ability and awareness, finding open shots for his teammates. The final nail in the coffin is Golden State's coach, Steve Kerr. He holds the highest three-point field goal percentage, which plays to the strength of Curry. Smith points out that the 5-time NBA champion creates tactics for their star players' strengths. All of these factors enable the 35-year-old to play better than Lillard. The new Milwaukee Bucks point guard is still great, while falling short of Curry in Smith's eyes. Lillard still has great moments as a guard. His movement is still incredible, especially when he sets plays up like pick and rolls with his team. Furthermore, Smith has recently argued that Lillard is one of, if not the best closers in the league. Being able to close games out, especially close ones, is a valuable asset overall. Curry isn't a traditional point guard, but he's certainly proven his elite talent in his 14 NBA seasons, both by making plays for his teammates or by hitting highlight reel buckets as the league's all-time three-point shooter, 3,390 and counting. However, Lillard believes that if Curry had to play more of a true point guard role, the conversation would be very different. While the two guards differ in their style of play, Lillard and Curry are very similar shooting-wise. Both can let it fly from well beyond the arc and are two of the league's best deep-range three-point shooters. In fact, Lillard ranks 6th all-time in three-point shots with 2,387 and is close to Curry's three-pointers made and attempted career averages 3.8 and 9.0 with 3.1 and 8.3 respectively. So while it's fun to debate who's better, it's even more fun to watch Dame and Steph light up whatever NBA court they're on. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Who do you think is the best point guard in the NBA right now? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more NBA content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.